Hey everyone, Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today I want to ask you, or at least remind you, don't forget your homework, don't forget your computer or your tablet, whatever it is that you or your child needs for school, and don't forget your computer charger. So the reason I wanted to do this video for you today is that I had a hankering for some Scooter's coffee, and I know I'm not the only one who loves their coffee. I want to kind of talk to you today about the things that I see students forget at school when I substitute, and the things that they don't ever seem to forget, which is almost always some form of coffee or other hot caffeinated drink first thing in the morning, for sure. Now, before we really get into kind of the meat of the video and how to not forget some things, to become better at organizing, and the whole, what's the best coffee thing, want to know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you're a Scooter's fan like I am, a Starbucks fan, maybe Dunkin' Donuts, whatever coffee is your favorite, I want to know down below. Let's just settle the debate once and for all. Now, if you're wondering why I'm talking to you right now, why we're talking about coffee and other things that are and aren't forgotten. Again, my name is Jessica Coulter. I am the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I work with students that are in the 3rd grade and older, all the way up through adults in grad school. I have 3 specialties: ACT prep, middle school math, and essay writing. So if you need some help with those subjects or maybe something else, give me a call, send me an email. Would love to figure out how I can help you and your student make it through this year successfully. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I am always amused when I am a substitute teacher, or even when I'm working with a student one-on-one as a tutor, and I see the coffee, or I see the hot chocolate, or maybe the hot tea, whatever it is. I always find it is high schoolers have the ability to get themselves to school, especially certain districts, certain students, they have access to a car and whatever, and I just always have to wonder, why was that coffee stop so important? Because when I ask them, hey, do you have yesterday's assignment? The teacher wants me to gather those, or I go to the house of that student and ask, okay, today we're going to work on this. Where is this book? Where's the rubric? Something we need to work on, that assignment, that paper, whatever it is. And I get that look of, well, I don't know. Or, oh, I forgot that. And I always have to wonder, well, why was this, your drink, much more important? Why did you remember that, but not that thing that's going to get you the grade that you need to graduate, or get you that grade you need to pass the class? Or more importantly, where's that piece of paper or that link or that email, whatever it is we need to get through this assignment together so you can actually learn the material? I'm always giggling to myself when I see those coffee drinks or those other, like I said, hot drinks of some kind in students' hands first thing in the morning, because it's just kind of like, okay, yes, I love my coffee, but is that really the most important thing you could have remembered this morning? So if you or your child is struggling to keep yourself organized, and you find your child making sure the coffee is always on hand, but not maybe those homework assignments or agendas or other school materials, then I want you to become more organized by joining my Facebook group. The link is in the description. It's facebook.com/groups/A's for students. Join the group and find out my top 3 organization tips. Would love to have you and help you get more organized. Now, if you're wondering, well, okay, coffee isn't #1 priority, what is? Well, I've got to tell you, the materials needed for the school day have got to be on the top of the list. So that's going to mean all of the basics, all of the paper, all of the folders, the notebooks, the pens, pencils, all of that good stuff. And then since we're now in 2021, that also is going to mean tablets or iPads and computers or Chromebooks and computer chargers. All of that stuff, super, super important, because if you show up to a class and your computer's not charged, but you're supposed to be doing some kind of web quest, or maybe you're supposed to go to Canvas to access the notes you need for this assignment, you're going to be kind of out of luck. I mean, some teachers are very reasonable and will loan you their charger. Some of them are reasonable and have seats specifically meant for students who have a dead computer. You know, they made sure they choose a seat, a desk next to an outlet in the room. Other teachers, depending on the age of the school and the age of the building, just don't have access to that stuff, and you're kind of just going to have to do it on paper, do it at home. You're going to miss out, or your child is going to miss out. So definitely remember the necessities. That is the important stuff that you need for every single school day. And I've got to tell you, don't forget your homework. That is something we will go more detail in my Facebook group, but definitely remember how to keep track of your homework and don't leave it at home. Now, I want to check in. If you're watching, great to have you. Remember, if you're on Facebook, become a follower so you know the next time I go live. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel so again you know the next time I go live. And if you haven't told me yet, your favorite place to get coffee, Starbucks, Scooters, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever is local for you or is your go-to place, let me know down below. Just want to figure it out and see if there's something new I should be trying, let alone what maybe you should be trying. But anyway, let's get back to it. So we've talked about what to remember to bring to school. I've got to tell you, other than coffee, the other thing or other things that aren't so important to remember to bring to school would be kind of personal items. I mean, I understand that phones are an important thing nowadays, and it's great to be able to stay in contact with your child, or you know, for your kids to stay in contact with events canceled, or when you stay after school for some help, or we're going to go to this friend's house. I can understand that completely, but I've got to say they are a huge distraction at school, and especially a charger, it's an even bigger distraction. So I would recommend leave those at home, you know, if possible, the chargers, and then all of that unnecessary personal stuff that kids love to bring to school. I see all sorts of toys and stuffed animals and things like that with the younger students. Gotta say, unless it's show and tell or if it's some kind of bring something from home day, your kid just doesn't need that. It creates all sorts of fights, it creates all sorts of distractions in the school building, and then there's tears when things get lost or forgotten. It's just a great big hassle. Now with older kids, that sometimes just means something new and cool that they have, or something that they think they need and then they really don't need for the school day. You know, something as simple as A will work, but instead they think they really need this cool C thing, and I gotta tell you, it is just unnecessary. So bring what you need to school. Make sure your child has what he or she needs, you know, as much as is possible in your budget and your own kind of organization, but bring what's necessary, but don't bring anything else. And like I said, you know, the coffee thing, I love it, and I understand kids love it too, high school students, adults, but I've got to say, if you got to choose between remembering to bring your coffee, stopping and get something tasty to drink, or remembering the basics, then definitely choose school materials over coffee. Now, if you're looking for some more help to get organized, and you want those top 3 tips that I mentioned earlier in my video, be sure to become a Facebook group member called Students Aiming for A's, and the link's in the description in case you need it one more time. Facebook.com/groups/A's for students. I'd love to have you in the group so you can get those tips so you can become more organized. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in the next video.